Hi, this is Kaylee with In-Situ. Today I'll be showing you how to set up your Level TROLL NC and how to use the mounting bracket. The Level TROLL NC is a non-contact radar sensor from In-Situ. It offers high accuracy, flexible deployment, and like all of our Level TROLLs, it's easy to set up and use with our VuSitu mobile app. So grab your Level TROLL and your mounting bracket, and we'll walk through the process together. First, let's take a look at what comes in the box with your instrument and your mounting bracket. In the box with your instrument, you'll find your Level TROLL NC instrument with a dust cover over the connector, grease for the O-ring, instructions, and an instruction card. With the mounting bracket, you'll find the mounting bracket itself and 2 concrete mounting screws with washers. You will also need a communication device, either a VuLink or a TrollCom Plus, a mobile device or tablet with the VuSitu mobile app installed, a socket wrench with a 10mm deep socket, and a level tape, stream gauge, or reference datum for collecting a manual level reference measurement. Mounting hardware for your specific deployment site that are compatible with the 3/8" slots on the mounting bracket. Let's talk a bit more about the deployment site and what a good deployment site looks like. The instrument uses radar level signals to detect the water surface, so it's important to install it correctly to get accurate data. It's very important to make sure there is a clear, unobstructed line between the instrument and the water surface. Vegetation, rocks, sand, metal objects, and other obstacles can interfere with measurements. The Level TROLL NC has an extremely narrow beam angle of only 5 degrees, which means you have more flexibility with deployment sites than other radar instruments. You'll want to make sure that the instrument is level, tilted no more than 3 degrees in any direction. A tilted sensor cannot produce accurate measurements. It's easy to check and adjust the sensor tilt. We'll go over how later in this video. Mount the instrument at least 0.2 meters from the highest expected water level and within the instrument's range of the lowest expected water level. Readings may not be accurate if the instrument is too close or too far from the water. Lastly, make sure the instrument is over an area of water that will be representative of all conditions expected at the deployment site. Avoid areas where there is a lot of vibration or turbulence during high water, or areas that will dry up when the water is low. Once you have the location selected, it's easy to connect your instrument to the cable. Remove the protective cap and apply a thin layer of grease to the O-ring. You'll see a flat surface inside the cable that mates with the flat side on the connector. Match these edges and then push and twist the cable sleeve until the connector clicks into place. Now, it's time to pull out the mounting bracket. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to be using these U-bolts I picked up at the hardware store to secure my instrument over this bucket of water. The 3/8" slots on the bracket support a variety of mounting styles with U-bolts, band straps, concrete mounting screws, or inside a box or enclosure. The most important thing is to make sure the mounting bracket will be secure, solid, and level in the full range of conditions expected for the entire deployment, and to make sure there is a clear area under the instrument that is free from metal and other interferences. Once you have your bracket installed, remove the nut from the bottom of the instrument and thread the instrument into the bracket. It may be easier to disconnect the cable to do this, depending on what your deployment setup looks like. After you've installed your instrument, reconnect the cable. You don't need to reinstall the nut if you're using the mounting bracket, but it's available if you're using a mounting system without threads. If you look over the top of the instrument, you'll see a yellow bubble level, which can help you view the sensor tilt. Use a socket wrench with a 10mm deep socket to adjust the 3 leveling bolts until the instrument is level. Now that your instrument is level in its final deployment location, you can collect measurements from the site. The instrument measures the distance from the sensor to the water, so you'll need to enter a reference value to display other measurements like water level above the bottom of the tank or channel, or surface elevation above sea level. For this demonstration, I can use this staff gauge to see that the water level is about 4 inches above the bottom of my bucket. You can measure either the current water surface above your datum or the sensor height above your datum, whichever is physically easiest to measure at your deployment site. Use a staff gauge, level tape, or other surveying tool to help you find these measurements for your specific deployment site. One thing that's important to note is to make sure that your instrument is level in its final installation location before entering water level references. You'll need to re-enter your water level references in VuSitu if the instrument is moved or tilted after setup. To connect to the VuSitu mobile app, you'll need a communication device, like a VuLink or a TrollCom Plus. If you're using VuLink, you'll need to make sure that you install lithium manganese dioxide batteries. I've pre-installed some for the sake of this video. Connect the cable to the communication device the same way you did for the instrument, and turn the communication device on. Open the VuSitu mobile app on your mobile device. You can download VuSitu from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. If you are using VuLink, add the instrument in VuSitu. Then tap the instrument to connect to it. On the main connected instrument screen, you can view the current distance reading, tilt angle, and signal-to-noise ratio. These parameters can help you tell if the instrument is set up correctly. The app will show you if there are warnings or errors for any of these readings. You can tap each parameter to learn more or troubleshoot any issues. When the values are all green and the distance measurement looks correct for your deployment site, you can tap the banner to finish setting up your instrument. Here, you can add the reference measurements you took from your deployment site. You can always update these measurements later from the VuSitu Instrument Settings menu. On the radar configuration page, you can view the echo curve for the instrument and troubleshoot any issues with the radar readings. There's troubleshooting help right there in the app, or you can view the manual on In-Situ's website. Tap Save Report to save a report of the configuration for your records. If you're logged in with HydroView, your data files will automatically sync to HydroView for easy access later from any device. There's no need to email them to yourself or manually upload any files to a computer. Last but not least, don't forget to set up your log on VuLink or the data logger you're using at your deployment site. There are videos, articles, and other resources that walk you through this on In-Situ's website and YouTube channel or the HydroView Help Center. The Level TROLL NC does not require maintenance or calibration, so the only thing left is to view your data. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. For more information, check out the links in the video description to access our manuals and other help resources. And our friendly support team is always available to help you with any issues at 1-970-498-1500, option 2.